Let's talk about that later and add these to the collection first. If I'm gonna sell some, it will be the damaged ones, definitely. Hello everyone, what is up? Welcome back to another episode by the Pokemonster. Another Pokemon card haul of last week. Or rather, we have a couple of different hauls. And let me talk you through the cards, let's go over them one by one. So I hope everybody is doing fine these days. It's a bloody hot weekend again in the Netherlands. Temperatures inland can go up to 35 degrees Celsius. I put the Fahrenheit on the screen there. Let's start today's show off with showing how much water there is in my dehumidifier containers. I must be honest, normally I'm very precise on keeping track of the amount of water in the container stored already, but I have not touched these containers since the last video update about it. I think that might be a month ago, so for the people that are curious to see in the hot summer and also the spring months of the Netherlands how much water and moist is potentially settling down on your cards if you don't keep the room humidified or any other way of climate control. I'll show you. This week and last week I took a bit of time off. I tried to do some cleaning in the Pokemon card studio and besides tried to optimize processes as business didn't go that fast as usual. I'm really currently experiencing the summer slowdown effects. People going outside, spending their money on holidays, etc. and rather cash out their collection instead of growing their collection. Supplies are showing up left and right across the board. Mainly singles, but also my sealed product has dropped like 10, 15, maybe 20% over the last couple of weeks. Now obviously I'm not too worried because those prices, I had a lot of gains already on them and I'm not planning to sell them. I don't have the fear of losing all the profits, virtual profits, and I'm not sure about that either, but I might pick some more up, but the prices really have to go down a lot more on sealed before I start to pick up sealed again. I will link that other video that I created, the first one about these dehumidifier containers, if you want to see the effects of what water and humidity can do to your Pokemon cards. Not sure if it is entirely visible, but here you can see the layer of water in there. And on this one as well, but specifically if this water rises a bit more it will go over. So these are the silicates that absorb the moisture from the air. The water will drip into the container, and what you can see, the container stored in the closet, so it's stored in a closed environment in another closed environment. This one contains the least water, so having a closed environment already makes a difference. Yeah, I really need two hands to avoid spilling the water on the playmat over here. Hang on a second. So this is all in 1 to 2 months collected water. You see those crystals in here as well. The second bag is completely empty right now. This one has a bit less crystals in there as leftovers. But still it's a huge crystal. I think it's silicate. And then we have the last one, also almost completely empty bag over here. And then the fully filled up container again. So we have a large amount of water. And in a period of 1 to 2 months I have collected this water, and in theory it could all have settled on your Pokemon cards, causing molding and curving of the card as well. But the molding is damage that will never recover. You can stop the molding process by dehumidifying the room, but you can never undo the already done damage, so you have to make sure that the climate is perfect for your Pokemon cards, or at least try to avoid too humid areas. Because if you store the cards away for 20 years, it is an unpleasant surprise when you find them all molded, or rather really bent or curved or wrapped. So glad I have that out of the way. Wash my hands, throw away the water, replenish those dehumidifier bags. And it was pretty interesting. Last week I saw a TV program. Basically it had to do with renovating houses, and the people purchased a new flooring, a wooden flooring. The show is from the Netherlands as well, so I think the environment will be the same climate as me at my house. And after 2 months they start to note that the flooring was going hollow on them, so it created some kind of bubbles in the floor. And they contacted the store that they want their money back, but the store said that is just the climate, I cannot help it. It is probably too humid in your area. Maybe it's something under the floor, that there is a water leakage, or If it is really rainy and foggy and high temperature, it will be a tropical climate, so the moist will be in the air. And surprisingly enough, he said the same as what I said in my previous Pokemon card dehumidifier episode, if you will call it like that. Once you start to control the climate, the molding will never go away again. That is permanent damage, unfortunately. But what will happen if you get a better climate, the bending, the curvature of the card will return to its original state or almost near their original state. On one side, it's very logical that what applies for cardboard cards also applies for wooden flooring, but I never thought about it like that. But I get complaints from people that receive their cards like this, bent, wrapped, warped, however you want to call it, and they say the card is damaged. You sell damaged cards as near mint. But if you start to regulate the climate in the room where you store your Pokemon cards specifically, you will see that the cards will return to their original state. So yes, I sometimes get cards that were stored in a too humid environment. They had not seen any molding. You have to have them in a really humid environment or a long time before that process starts to appear. But the card started to bend like this, and I don't have the time to wait a couple of weeks. I need to turn around the cards very quickly. So yes, sometimes it happens that I will sell the cards a little bit bent, but they're in no way or means damaged. I think the PSA even has a rule for it, like 5mm or something. The curvature may be 5mm in height, and then it will still grade it. Don't quote me on that exact number, but... Anyways, enough of the humidity, let's talk Pokemon cards, folks. Thanks for sticking with me so far, and let's dive straight into it. We start off with the booster pack of Night Wanderer. I purchased this because I had to purchase a tracked letterbox shipment. Someone had this in their inventory. I thought, okay, let's just add it, $2, try to sell for $3. You know that process by now. Over the past couple of weeks, you really see the prices of Pokemon cards dropping. Now on one side I'm really unhappy with that, because the cards that I have will also decrease in value slightly, like 10-20%. You see those downtrends. I have not experienced that before because I'm not selling Pokemon cards for a full year yet. But what was told to me from people that have experience, and what I think is a logical story and explanation for that as well, is the summer. I told it earlier in this episode. But if you had enough capital, you could buy everything you wanted right now for, in theory, with a discount. So we start off with the Sprigatito Paldea Evolved promo, a holographic promo here. Today, buckle up, we have some really cool cards. We have a Eaton Staplotion here to start it off right away. It's from Heatwave Arena. It really feels like a Heatwave Arena in here right now as well in the room. Here we have a really cool card. Hang on. So I guess you can all see it, but this is a Cosmos Foil promo, Destined Rivals pre-release Misty's Gyarados. Yeah, I'm really a fan of this card. I thought the new Cosmos Foil gimmick onto the pre-release cards is really nice. I paid $12, $13 for it, and yeah, I will keep this one in the collection definitely. Similar to the Eaton Staplotion will go into the collection. If I'm able to purchase some more, I will definitely buy a couple to buy and sell again. Here we have Esferola Premonition. I saw someone from the Netherlands having about 100 copies available. I thought about it for a moment for $5 a piece to purchase them. Long story short, I didn't do that, and I'm okay with that. I purchased 2 or 3 copies from someone else, but I did definitely send him a message. Bro, is that the correct input? 107 pieces? Yeah man, I have 112 if you include the Japanese ones and the graded ones. And I was like, I have 15. I thought I had a lot of these cards already, and you have 107 for sale. It's incredible, some people. Anyways, then we have the Dendra. Really nice card. Yellow sticker means there's one print line on there, unfortunately, so this will go up for sale. First time ever I purchased Oleana, but I think this one also has a print line or a very small scratch in the middle. Goes back up for sale again. Still near mint though, one print line. Then we start to see some more trainer galleries. I can't have enough of them. I'm not purchasing them targeted anymore, but if I order something else with someone, and I always check the rarity of illustration rare, if they have some left in their inventory. So this Frostmoth goes in my own trainer gallery binder. I guess we all have seen the Dark Gyarados once or 30 or 40 times already. Great card. We have another God of War EX, also a great card. And we have a Magikarp in the collection again. I'm really hunting these, and I'm trying to hoard these as well. One more Magikarp. Some Japanese art rares up for sale, but I usually already have one of them up for sale. Maybe we will put some in the collection binder, in the art rare binder. Horsey, I have one up for sale. It was $7 at one point. It came all the way down to $3. I tried to sell it for $4 now. Some Team Rocket cards got a bit cheaper in my opinion, so maybe put one in my own collection. I already have a ton of these Tatsugiris, but I purchased some more for sale. We need to add some more Articunas to the personal collection, but I need one up for sale as well. So let's do it like this, and we have one more Blaziken. Great card. Came down in price. Same day that I purchased it, it was back up a couple of bucks, so pretty lucky, but it's not selling at the moment. So then we have a really cool special card. I have seen this numerous of times, but and I always appreciated it, the niche of it. You know, it's very special, you don't see this very often, but I never considered to purchase it. And this is like the Mewtwo, the Armored Mewtwo. It has something in the back in a sealed package, and my Armored Mewtwo came damaged, unfortunately. There was a long time ago, made an episode about it. This one is luckily crease free and also just near mint to mint quality. Very happy with this one, paid $10 for it I believe. Going into the sealed collection definitely. So here we have, let's see, I think I talked about this last week. We have 4 of the English Pikachu vs Mew stamped World Championship promos, SVP 190, and I've purchased and sold tons of this one in Japanese. Also the Pikachu vs Charizard version, Charizard here, Pikachu here. That's the 120, number 120 promo. Yes, let's see how this goes. Let's see if we're able to sell some of these cards. I put some in my own collection like always. So let's go 2 for 2 now first, 2 for sale, 2 in the collection. Now I have like 20 of these sealed ones, and it will come back later in the episode. Very much a shame. Completely damaged envelope / bubble mailer came in this week. Let's talk about that later and add these to the collection first. If I'm gonna sell some, it will be the damaged ones definitely. And then we have a ton of these Claras, and it's the same as the ones with the Acerola Premonition. I saw someone offering these 150 pieces sealed for $150 a piece. Now I was used to selling these for $5 a piece, but the price came down to €1.50. I've purchased so much for $3 to $4, and yeah, now I purchased a ton more. So I have now 30-40 of these. I planned on buying the guy out, but then some other guy spawned 200 of these for 50 cents more. So for now, as these people have their supply, as long as they have it, I'm totally outcompeted. I will hang on to the ones that I have, the 30, about 30 pieces, and maybe sell some for $3 a piece. Let's see if it works. I can totally understand if someone wants to buy it, but not from me with this price. Next up we have some more Galarian galleries and Trainer galleries, unfortunately one print line. Not so many green stickers and blue stickers today, which is nice. Couple of Radiant Charizards, Shauna for the collection. Sword with the shield but for sale. Let's put these guys up for sale. And then we have a Fluffy without a sticker, which is great. Altaria is clean. Another one, these go into the collection again. So a lot more trainer galleries and Galarian galleries, and also 4 trainers, guys. I'm still picking them up as much as I can. If I sell something, I buy trainers and trainer galleries. So then we have some cards that came in last week, but you have not seen them probably. Alright, Ivysaur, another Blaziken. A lot of duplicates compared to the ones that we already seen, but some new ones as well. 151, Clayburst. Glory of Team Rocket, once more a Wailord. I think I have not shown these before. I could be mistaken, so let's go over it a bit quicker. Cool promo of the Unknown. Really nice, number 300. Some full arts here, Secret Rare. This is a really cool full art, the Ho-Oh EX. Some Japanese art rares again. King Gambit, really great card in my opinion. Skarmory once more, great card. A full art Charizard, tried to sell it for 25 bucks. Price did come down immensely. I think I paid 22 for it, and the lowest listing now is 18. It will be a miracle if I'm able to sell it for 25, but we will see. I'm pretty firm on the price. We might go down 10%, then I didn't make any money, but a Jolteon. These, I have never had a clean one of these, except the one in my personal collection binder. Every other card that I got after that all have a little bit of whitening. It seems like people select them for grading and they just flip over the other ones, still calling them near mint, despite it not being near mint in my opinion. I sell this one as excellent. And then we have some more celebrations cards, folks. Once more a Magikarp. I figured I purchased 3, let's sell 1 again. So now for the ending of this video we have a very sad story. These came in from Italy. I waited 16 days, 10 bucks a piece, 12 bucks shipping. Everyone, the entire mailer was obliterated, it was destroyed. And then the contents unfortunately also totally destroyed. Like I said, if you have a bent card like this, well, too bad. Just put it in a not humid room, in a dry room, and it will become better over time. But this is really damaged. Let me see if I can show you. I'm contemplating whether it's better to sell it sealed anyways or open it up because it's damaged. It's tough to show, but you can really see it. I will show it, zoom it in on the camera. It is entire border here. Not so much, but you can feel it. You can feel the engraving. It is entirely and specifically on this point. It is ruined. Indentation. Maximum PSA 4 this card. Maybe PSA 2 even. Went through onto the next cards. Really unfortunate. Then we have one with the same, but this one is slightly less damaged. So this might be a PSA 4. You can see it even in the, when I rub it like this, and then you see it in the plastic. You can, it's really tough to show, but in person you can see that the seal is also entirely damaged. And there is specifically a large dent over here. And if you pay 10 bucks a piece and 12 bucks shipping, which is in my opinion a lot, and the cards arrive damaged, not only the seal, the guy did not understand my problem, not only the seal is damaged, which makes the value go down, but the cards are damaged as well. The cards are damaged. And I almost feel obliged to prove it. Well, here you can see it as well. You can see it. There's an entire slash over there. Scratch, indentation. Here. The cards are damaged. And it was damaged by the post though, but hey, if you don't package it well, it was just sent insured letter, 12 bucks shipping, loose in a bubble mailer like this. All 4 of them. I waited 16 days for the arrival. I found them damaged. Immediately contacted the seller. He said, that's a shame that it happened. You can send it back, full refund. Now normally I would be the first person to immediately accept that, package it well, and drop it off the same day with the post office again. However, now I have to send it to Italy, which will take another 16 days, and he's only going to refund me after he received the package. So I had about 65 bucks locked up already for 16 days, and now I have to send it back with, then my 50 bucks is gone still for another 16 days. I have to constantly keep track of the mail myself because I don't get a notification if it arrived at his house. Maybe it's possible to do that digitally, but I have no clue how to do that. But anyways, I need to know if the package arrives, he will refund me. All in all, for 50 bucks, it was so much a shame. I was a little bit upset as well, and he said, yes, I understand you're annoyed with me, but it's not I don't feel responsible. I said, you are responsible. You're not the one that damaged the cards. And he said, I acted out good faith. Yes, I know all that. I never said he was scamming me. But you sent the cards like this, for real. You send the cards just like this in a bubble mailer for €12 insured shipping. And I think that makes you somehow accountable, and the mailman as well, or perhaps the postal service, the rollers where the envelopes mailers go through. Maybe it got stuck in there, but somehow the cards got damaged, and the responsibility of you is to package it well. And then the mail service has the responsibility, the postal service, to deliver it accordingly to the buyer's house in this case. But yeah. So there are two people at fault, and one of them is you, and one of them is the postal service, and none of them is me, and I'm the victim. And I really admire the option, send it back, sorry, you get refund. But I waited 16 days, and now I have to wait another 16 days. That's more than a month. I lose $50. I will retrieve it after a month, but I didn't gain anything, a lot of stress I gained. I don't feel with a full refund fully compensated for the damage. So I asked if he had another solution. He said, yes, I can pay you the shipping cost that it will cost you to send the cards to me, because I lost that money anyways, if you will ship it back to me. So it was pretty nice guy. He said, yeah, no ill intent here. So I took the $18 that he wanted to pay. He said, I gave you $18 and you can ship it back to me, then you get the rest of the money, or you keep it. So I said, I will keep it. I will sell it with a little bit of discount. I need the money back within another 16 days. And the $18 discount, well, it could make up for the damage, maybe. But let's open one. I also want to see how damaged the cards behind it are. So am I going to open this one? This one, the cards are the damaged the most. But there's also one that has the largest damage on the seal. So I don't know what is best. Maybe it's more logical to open the one with the damaged seal underneath here. Tough to show on camera, unfortunately. But this one also pretty damaged. And there it is. I usually really dislike opening up sealed promo cards. I think they hold more value if you have them sealed, as they were shipped printed. Yeah, immediately you can see it right here, right? It was tough to see in the foil. You see the entire line here. And then in the corner here around the evolution box, it's a kind of binder dent here. And I'm not talking like, I'm not making this up. That's what I mean, it is just a shame. Pikachu, same problem, same damage all over the card. And then we have the toxicity. It's funny to see though, I never saw this toxicity in real life. It is a shame, it's really a shame. And then we have the Italian card up here that is... Well, anyways, I have proven my point here. Store these away for if some giveaway or anything. And we have these three, and the opened one doesn't have the most severe damage. There's one more that is completely destroyed. Sad story, cost me $50 in theory. I don't think I'm able to sell these damaged ones. But folks, ladies and gentlemen, that was it for today. I hope you all enjoyed my Pokemon card mail day, basically. We have a lot more nice things to talk about compared to the bad things. It is just really a shame that it happened. Hope you all enjoyed watching these cool cards. This one is from the movie with Zarud. But overall we had a really great haul of a couple of hauls and a nice Pokemon card mail day. I'm very proud and happy with my hauls and satisfied with the condition of the cards, except for these 4 sealed promos. I did some chores like replacing the dehumidifier bags. I'm going to continue to clean up a mess here in the room and, like I said, try to improve on processes and make myself ready for the upcoming months after summer. I hope the sales will go up again at that time. And there's a lot of stuff underway again. Not so much more lately. I have to recuperate the money of this, the lost $50, and then I can spend that $50 again. It is what it is. It is a beautiful day outside. That's the most important. And thank you all for watching. Leave a like on the video if you like this kind of content. And subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Pokemon Stroud.